It's Miners Monday, as you guys already know. For that as well, we wanted to take a look at the future of the Yankees here today, as we always do on our Monday shows. Of course, on today's Miners Monday, we got to talk about the futures game. The MLB futures game was this past Saturday. National League came out on top. That doesn't matter much, but there were two Yankees prospects out in full force this past weekend. Clayton Beeter, the number 13 prospect, ended up going 2/3 of an inning with a strikeout in that contest, threw only 9 pitches to the only hitters that he ended up facing. Clayton Beeter has been on a meteoric rise throughout the Yankees system. His stuff has played really, really well, and he's been extremely impressive in his short time in the Yankees system. So it's really nice to see him get the stage here in Seattle over the weekend, and it was just great to see him to be able to pitch in that. He wasn't the only Yankees rep. Of course, Spencer Jones was also in full force, ended up going 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. He went first to third on a single. And of course, look, these are one-off, short little quick games and little spurts of it, but it's nice to see them get the recognition. We've talked about them this season, both of them, as a matter of fact, both Clayton Beeter and Spencer Jones here on this show. And I think what's really interesting, and I kind of wanted to hark onto this, is the Yankees, when they gotten these representatives over the last couple of years, like that has kind of showcased how close they are to the majors at this point. Last season in 2022, of course, Ken Waldachuk was pitching in the futures game. Jason Dominguez was in that game. He's now in Double-A, and of course, Anthony Volpe was also in that game last season. And I think the state of the Yankees farm system, even considering the trades that they made at the deadline in 2022, is still in a pretty strong state. And there's some really exciting prospects coming up through the system. A couple more we're going to detail out here today. But again, seeing Beeter, seeing Jones, it's just great to see that recognition of their talent levels. And the future is definitely very bright for the Yankees. And again, we're going to detail out some of those guys here. Let's go ahead and take a look at what Drew Thorpe did here for Hudson Valley this past week. On July 3rd, 5 innings, 4 hits of shutout baseball, a walk, and 8 strikeouts. Just a solid line overall for Drew Thorpe. His changeup was looking great. It was his go-to pitch with 2 strikes, and again, 8 strikeouts in that contest. And Drew Thorpe is he's just on one this season. A guy that we haven't, to be fair, really talked about much just because of the strength of the Yankees pitching in the minors right now from the starter front. Drew Thorpe has struck out 7 or more batters in 7 straight starts. That's entering play on Sunday. Full disclosure, we have to record before Sunday's action gets underway. He is actually scheduled to start on Sunday to wrap up before the All-Star break in the minors. And remember, this is Drew Thorpe's first year in professional baseball. He ranked 2nd in all of NCAA play in 2022 in strikeouts. He was an All-American at Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. The Yankees drafted him in the 2nd round, 61st overall last season. So this is the first time we get to see Drew Thorpe perform, the number 6 prospect in the Yankees system. The strikeouts, man, are impressive to say the least. And I think the most impressive part of it is that he's able to stay consistent by racking up the strikeouts. You'll see guys that obviously have one-off games that just come out of nowhere. They'll strike out 9, they'll strike out 10 out of nowhere. But Drew Thorpe, again, 7 straight starts entering Sunday with 7 or more strikeouts. So that's obviously extremely impressive to see out of the young starter. And he's not to be outdone, but maybe to be outdone. A guy that, weirdly enough, I think we haven't even talked about this season. Again, just based on the strength of the Yankees pitching in the minors, Chase Hampton, the number 24 prospect out in Somerset this year. Of course, Somerset Patriots pitching staff has been ridiculous this season, and we've seen it all year. And Chase Hampton has quietly been one of those guys as well. He struck out 10 in his outing against Reading this week. It was the 4th time this season that Chase Hampton struck out 10 batters, which is a career high for him. Not only that, but he did it in just 5 innings this time out. That's the shortest outing in which Chase Hampton has struck out 10 batters in a game here this year. And this coming from the notes here over the weekend, Chase Hampton's 103 strikeouts lead the Yankees organization, excuse me, and are the 3rd most in minor league baseball. Of course, after that strikeout, of course, things fluctuate and change as we move through the weekend. A lot of minor leaguers performing, of course. But yeah, I mean, 3rd most in minor league baseball. this is more coming from the Somerset Patriots, is 1.04 whip and 195 opponent average also leads the Yankees farm system overall. And that 10 strikeout performance, we mentioned the Somerset pitching staff is just out of left field this season, just incredible this season. And we knew it was going to be that case when we saw the rosters announced to begin the season. He's not the only one with 10 strikeout games this season for Somerset alone. Blaine Abeda, Clayton Beeter, the aforementioned, and Richard Fitz. Just guys are racking up strikeouts at Double-A. And as we've seen with someone like Will Warren, who got called up to the Rail Riders this season, of course, Clayton Beeter's also up there now. But as we've seen, the Yankees have talked about how they wanted to push a guy like Will Warren to the AAA ranks to see how he would react to more disciplined hitters. We heard Sam Breen talk about that. We detailed that last week on our Miners Monday segment. So I like what they're doing with these guys. Yes, the strikeouts and the results are definitely there, but I like when they start pushing him. So we'll see if Chase Hampton, we'll see if, guys like Richard Fitz, Blaine Abeda, if they push them in different directions to try and test them and see how they end up doing. And then there was one more thing, since we're super pitcher heavy here today, I wanted to give a little bit of love to my former employer in Scranton, Wilkes-Barre. A wacky win on Friday night that ended in a walk-off for former national Wilmer Defoe.
2 outs. Here's the 2-2. Defoe connects out to left field. Peterson back at the warning track, and this is gone! A walk-off 2-run shot from Wilmer Defoe down to his final strike, and the Rail Riders coming back from being down 7-0. Win this game 9-8 in the 10th.
Just absolutely insane. A 7-run comeback for the Rail Riders, and you love to see it, man. You love to see it. The Rail Riders have had a bit of an up and down season, but it's great to see some guys performing and stepping up in a big way. So shout out to Wilmer Defoe and shout out to the Rail Riders. What an incredible way to wrap up the weekend here, and of course wrap up Miners Monday. Hey, thanks so much for checking out Miners Monday. Here on Locked On Yankees, we do this every single Monday where we check out the top performers in the Yankees system throughout this entire season. Of course, if you're new here, we also do regular Yankees coverage Monday through Friday. Every single day we have Yankees coverage here on Locked On Yankees. So hit subscribe if you like content like this, and you'll always be able to hang out with Stacy and myself.